What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCHUSD. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe, and thank you all for being here. Here we are, about $444 with 10 hours and 32 minutes left in the day. Still consolidating at the lower limits of this overall range here. I mean, you could look at it as two separate ranges. Here's one range here, here's another range here. But really, I just think we're all in the same general area. And we're definitely in the lower levels of this range here. Finding resistance at prior support, that's not necessarily ideal. We do have this double bottom that we're working with. And as I've said, with some urgency, especially over the past week now, we need a move up right now. The longer that we hang out here, I think the stronger our options are to the downside, the stronger the possibility is that we move down. So already it's kind of a non-ideal environment. Already we're seeing a reaction that I personally wasn't expecting. If we were to move up, the reaction here from a double bottom perspective should have been more immediate and stronger. It should have been if this was a W, but what we have here clearly is a failed W. We know it's a failed W, and this is something to be concerned with because you got back above this high here. Now, we look at this from a relative low to a relative high, and you did bounce right off your golden ratio. You almost had basically like a bullish engulfing candle yesterday. I mean, it's a good reaction at the right place. So W's aside, I mean, it's not bad what we're working with here. But the fact that we're getting tied up at the 382 is a little bit concerning. I want to see us get above that 382. I want to see us close above it. Really, I want to see us close above the 236 at 451, 452. That is necessary. And the sooner we get that out of the way, the sooner that this worry kind of goes away. I'd like to see us move up here. Just because I'd like it doesn't mean that it happens. And obviously, we want the breakout there. If we can break above these levels, guys, we should see Bitcoin Cash rapidly approach this $540 area, if not above. Okay, something up in this zone here. Let's actually look at this real quick. High to low. 531 is the golden ratio. You can wick above it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you might stop right there. And if we go above there, 552, 614, anything and everything in that area is fair game. Anyways, looking at the short-term stuff, looking at the 1 hour time frame now. Let's see. We do have a bit of a higher high. You tried here, man. You tried breaking out higher. There's no volume at all. And you're actually picking up a little bit of volume as you're moving down. 29 minutes left. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that look. I don't like it on the 1 hour. Rejecting the overbought zone too. The RSI overall does look good, though. It actually does look good overall. I mean, this trajectory, I am fine with that. That's not bad. This would actually imply that we're holding support right in this area. So as long as we don't go too much lower, I guess it's okay. I don't like the way that it looks now, but if we move up a little bit like this, that takes away that worry. You know, it goes away entirely. It's like this right here. This looked really good from this point. It looked really good, but we didn't carry on. We reversed down, so actually it was not good. It was better down here. Here it looks somewhat sad from this point, but it would actually be good if we just reversed here. It's like the opposite, right? The anti-thought there. Anyways, 1 hour time frame RSI. I don't hate it. I actually like it more than I dislike it, to be fair. Kind of in a neutral posturing here, but overall bullish look. So cool. As long as we hold this, as long as we're not going really below, too much lower, like even $2 lower, I think that we're in good shape on a closing basis. The stochastics are bullish technically. We're at an area that we've typically found support and resistance. As long as we're above the 50, I think that we're okay. Even if we go a little bit below the 50, you can see there we have some forgiveness. Though I don't know if I'd want to see us go below the 50 now, because if we do that, that implies that we are going lower. We're probably breaking out of this trajectory on the RSI. We'll see. Volume's coming in a little bit here. Volume's coming in, but we're not moving lower. That's nice. That is nice. You guys remember in the beginning of the video, and like 2-3 minutes ago, this volume here was actually below the histogram where the average level is. So we've actually doubled the volume for this hour in literally the last couple minutes, and we're moving up. That's nice. This is good. Maybe. Maybe. Don't get too excited with 2-minute moves. I definitely got too excited there. Looking at the 1 hour MACD, it's not really that helpful, is it? We're just chopping sideways. It's really not that helpful. Sure, it's in a bullish posturing, kind of. I don't know. Yeah, we're in this kind of phase with all these indicators, and I would say it's kind of bullish. 4 hour time frame, looking like a V-shaped recovery, isn't it? looking like a V-shaped recovery. V-shaped recoveries are typically more tenacious, more persistent. They don't really have a moment where they go like this. But I mean, could it be an inverted roof? Could it be? I don't think it is. Inverted roofs typically fill out all the way through, like they fill out. It could be some type of, what's the word that they use for this? I like the volume for it, man. This could be some type of inverse head and shoulders, but there's a word for it. It's like an obscure inverse head and shoulders is basically the meaning, but that's not the word. Not obscure. It's like an altered variation. It could be. This actually could, and this is something to stick in your back pocket if you're trying to up your TA skills. Yes, even this can be an inverse head and shoulders pattern because, again, left shoulders, head, right shoulder. It's effectively that. The volume is a dead giveaway. This is exactly how a head and shoulders pattern or an inverse head and shoulders pattern would perform. It's something. It's a variation of a head and shoulders pattern. If it is. If it is. We take the low to the high, probably here, maybe there. Let's just be conservative with it. That breakout should take us up to 460, and man, if we're moving up there, if we can close up there, guys, I have a lot of faith that we're going to break above here and go up to 480, so that would actually be nice. What we need to see to confirm that is a move above 446, let's say 447 on a closing basis, on a 4-hour closing basis, and we want to see volume come in. We want to see volume step in, which we really haven't seen since last Friday. So we want to see some volume step in. That's also encouraging. As we move down here, not a whole lot of volume came in. The move down was over the weekend. The fact that we're moving up here and there's not a lot of volume isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? We don't really need volume because here we're not breaking out, we're not doing anything. But when we start pushing higher, we definitely want to see some volume come in. I think that would look good. Clearly, this is some type of consolidation range right here. Some type of consolidation within the consolidation range here as well. Anyways, stochastics actually look good on the 4-hour. The MACD looks good here, honestly, on the 4-hour. I mean, crossing green right here like this and bouncing off the zero, that's actually a really good look on the MACD. And then the RSI, I mean, the RSI doesn't look bad either. You're at the base of this range here. I mean, you had a little bit of a blemish. Maybe this is the way you draw the line. Maybe this is the way you draw the line. But I mean, overall, you can kind of see what we're going for here. The higher lows, the higher highs. We'd be shooting for the overbought zone here. If we get overbought, that implies that we are going to break out, and that's exactly what we were just forecasting, is moving up above this high, going up to about 480, 490. Yeah. It makes sense to me. We should see it by the end of the week if that's true. But again, the longer we hang out here, the more that I worry that won't happen. Daily RSI suggests we could be going lower, though there's some bullish things going on too. It's kind of hard to say. That's what we get with choppy sideways. Stochastics are at the 50 reset. This could be a bullish thing as well. You cross back above. I mean, it could be bullish. And the MACD is building bullish momentum in this choppy sideways environment. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to decipher, but I am sticking with the upside. It's like the beginning of the video. It's like I wanted to be bearish, but the charts are just taking that bearishness out of me. Maybe it's my bullish bias for the coin. I don't know, but yet again, we've come to the conclusion that I ultimately refuse to be bearish here. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass in the next 24 hours. I have a feeling this will resolve itself soon, very soon. I mean, by the end of this week, I would assume so. But I mean, maybe even within the next 24 hours, we're getting some resolution one way or the other. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. The volume is low, bro. It is low. We are soon to break out, right? We're in this range. We are soon to break out one way or the other. When the volume comes back in, after the move happens, whatever the move might be, that only substantiates, that only validates it. If we're moving down, the area that we're moving down to could be below $300. It could. At least somewhere around there, but likely below $300 with time. If we move up, it's a few different possibilities. We move up, I would expect at least something around 540. Maybe something that's just above this high here, around 600. Maybe still something that comes up and contests this high. It's a lower high. It's a tit for tat, double top high. It's a slightly higher high. Or we could be breaking out, man. I want to have this conversation because it doesn't actually stop there. It goes even higher. It doesn't stop there. It goes even higher. If we're breaking out, guys, what would happen here? But we've got some doorways to cross through before this becomes something that we talk about on a daily basis again. We do talk about it pretty regularly, but it's not something that I'm considering right now. As far as I'm concerned, we could be consolidating for the rest of the year before we actually see this breakout happen. But worst comes to worst, sub 300. Best comes to best, it could be really freaking good, man. It could be everything we've been waiting for years on. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.